My name is Thomas, and I'm doing a video presentation of the impact that laws have had on the African American culture and African Americans. The African American culture has been deeply rooted in the lives of every American in the United States of America. It is intertwined in the fabric of our nation and has been intertwined for the past 400 years. When Africans were forced to come to America during the slave trade, they lost much of what they had from Africa, which included their heritage, their culture, and their religion. Many of them adopted the new religion of Christianity that was taught here in America. There were many laws that had an impact on the African American culture. In the late 1800s, after Americans were freed due to the Emancipation Proclamation, Jim Crow laws were created and came into effect. There were laws to suppress and to segregate black people from white people. Several examples included separate schools for blacks and whites, separate entertainment venues, and separate water fountains, and even black people couldn't sit in the front of the bus, only in the back. Here's a short but famous speech by Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
In darkness, but I strain to see your light. To the things that hold me tightly, I hold tight of them. Know I should release them, but I fight. Oh, I fight. When I felt his heart reaching out to me, I knew then that only grace could set me free. Now I'm free at last from my past. What had bound me now is broken. What was bound around me, oh, free at last from my past. His grace has been awakened in my soul. Free at last. I tried to walk with but my wandering heart just couldn't stand the test. In a world of no commitment, I just kept looking back, because my weary soul could find a place to rest. Then I felt his heart reaching out to me, and I claimed the grace that broke the chains to set me free. Now I'm free at last from my past. What has found me now is broken, what was found is now made whole. Free at last from my past. His grace has been awakened in my soul. Free at last. And the life I left behind me sometimes holds me back to sin. So I'm trusting in his heart to reach to me again.
Due to the Jim Crow laws in the Deep South in the late 1920s and 1930s, many African Americans decided to migrate north in what was known as the Great Migration. I managed to have an interview with my grandmother, and we spoke about the Great Migration because my family actually comes from Mississippi, and we came during the Great Migration. This is actually a photo of my great-grandfather. His name is Willie Thomas. This photo was taken in 1904. I think he was part of my family that came from the Great Migration, and came up to Indianapolis, Indiana, currently. Under Jim Crow came the Brown versus Board of Education. Many students, African American black students, were restricted from obtaining a quality education compared to that of white students. Many did not have the adequate facilities where they could properly obtain an education, nor did they have the transportation to attend schools. Most of the time they had to walk miles upon miles to get to school, to and from school, every single day. The Civil Rights Movement lasted from 1955 to 1968. The movement was created to end discrimination against black people and to end the disparity in the South. Freedom, equality, and economic sustainability is what many, many people fought and died for. African Americans have impacted society today in an extremely positive way. In the fields of music, the arts, and the sciences, many African Americans have allowed for America to become one of the most powerful countries in the world. So many great inventions today have come from the minds of African American people. Frederick Jones invented the air conditioner. Burge and Marshman invented the typewriter. And even today, as everyone has, even a cell phone created by independent. This is my video. Thank you very much.
No justify my failures in days that I own will. I walk in darkness, but I strain to see your light. To the things that hold me